Hello and welcome back to Cardboard Decoy Plays Factorio. We're getting plenty of oil here, really. Um, it would be nice if we were getting more, of course. However, you know, there's only so much you can pump out of the ground, and yeah, not to make that into a controversial statement like I'm already doing on a dangerous degree on a lot of my channel, but let's see. We do have more up here. This is where I saw the crazy deposits. There's no 300 pluses, but there are a couple 200 more, 200 and more, I should say, sort of supply areas. And we do have a very small base over here that's going to start getting angry at us. We might go ahead and attempt to solo that, because I think I can. I wanna try. We'll go ahead and take it out. It's just two guys. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. We got enough turrets and. Well, I'm not. I'm thinking about the outpost afterwards. I'm not trying to assess how I'm going to like sit down and really attack the place. This isn't necessarily just more or less how I'm going to keep things from popping up afterwards. So I should have enough ammo there. I should be able to make at least a few. No, I have no copper plates. Okay, that's cool. Let's do that, and that's going to be enough to top me off more or less. And well, if I get a few more copper plates, I can be more topped off. Yes, that's logic. And there we go. Okay, cool. We'll go over here, make sure we have plenty of grenades as well. We'll grab all of those. And then whatever ammunition we have sitting around that isn't being used just yet. Just because we will create a defensive net of turrets that will keep the enemies distracted while we grenade the hell out of them. So it looks like it's probably just 2 bases, which isn't a big deal, but it's enough to produce a stream of enemies that's just going to protract the process here. And so we'll go over here and see what we're dealing with. Oh, it's just a single base? We might just take this out straight up. It should not be a problem unless there's medium biters present, in which case... Oh, there are worms. Worms are not good. Let's see what happens. Okay. Okay. So we're going to get hit by a couple of these guys. Let's go ahead and save just in case. In case I totally screw this up and completely underestimate my, or overestimate my abilities, as it were. So we'll kill these. Alright, that's dead. Let's kill this worm. They're very resistant to explosions, but at least they're not doing as much damage as I thought they would. So, there we go. Base destroyed. We'll leave an outpost. Doesn't matter the size of the base, same size outpost. I figure that's probably the safest way to go about things. And we researched flight. Flight is good. We still need advanced electronics too, so we'll go ahead and research that. And we will build a wall around here. Okay. So definitely going to be working my way up to having medium and large biters sooner rather than later, and that's going to be a little upsetting, but that's fine. We'll get our pollution under control eventually, said everybody on the planet ever. Let's go ahead and check our map. How's our sector scanning going? We've got quite a bit getting scanned, actually. There's one base which has covered most of this area and probably just covered that one little base for us. Either that or that was a fresh spawn. In which case, that's a little concerning. And then over here, we have these two. We're scanning down an even larger base over there. And yeah, we got a solo up here and a couple other little guys. Okay, cool. Not the biggest of deals, but we are going to want to start thinking more green with our production for sure. So let's go ahead and just head back to our base. I'm going to take a drink of my beverage. Excellent stuff. Yay, Blue Moon started making their summer honey wheat, and I was like, I'm all about that, so I got some. Alright, so oil production, oil processing production, more specifically. So we are creating a great deal of pollution now thanks to these guys. Let's see, pollution is 9, so it's as much as a mining unit, and still like 3 times as much as a smelter. So our smelter's not a huge deal. Do we have... It's not telling me the pollution here. I know they pollute. They've got to pollute. But it won't tell me how much. Does it have something to do with performance? How about boilers? How much do they pollute? They pollute 6. That's pretty bad all in one area right there. But yeah, so now this is starting to slake off a little bit. We have hit max optimal production performance with our steam engines. And yeah, we are riding the line of consumption and production here. So that means we're going to have to either expand another layer into making steam engines, or we are going to have to start seriously considering making our move to solar sooner than we originally anticipated. So I am a little bit of a fan of trying to think of why not have both. And so where are we? We're doing advanced electronics 2. Where does that put us in regards to making solar panels? Well, we need optics, and then we'll also need to be able to make energy accumulators. That's going to be a big deal. So we're going to try to ride this gravy train for as long as we can, and I'm going to play it a little fast and loose and make things a little more interesting, I think. So let's go ahead and make another set of boilers. How do we want to set this up without interrupting our oil production that we have established here? So let's go ahead and we'll set it up so that it comes around up here and curves back this way. This should probably work. Yeah, okay. For a second I was thinking of something real crazy happening there, and that wasn't the case. Basically, I was like, oh no, this is going to block the pipes for the boilers. And it's like, no, dummy, I'll just come up through here. So, alright, what else do we need? We need that. We're going to need more pipes. Always more pipes. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we'll make all 7 of those. We need the resources for creating boilers, which actually is going to be stone, which we do not have that much of because we have used it all in making walls here. Go figure. That's a somewhat ironic sense of defeat that I'm feeling right now. So let's go ahead and we'll make the full 14. That's 7. We need iron for pipe. And that's also going to consume the pipes that we made. Damn it. I hate that. It's a little annoying. And let's see, that's 7. So on 2 more, and then we'll need enough for a good chunk of pipe. Okay, cool. That should work. Alright, so let's go ahead and set up our boiler assembly line, or not assembly line, but utilization line here. So I think that's the correct way I want to put it. And we will do that by placing them all right here above this. We're going to do it in parallel, or not parallel. Well, yeah, it is parallel to the other boilers, but also in line with them, just for organization's sake. So, and then we'll have an intake here. Pipe it over here like this. And then, where's our normal pipe? There's our normal pipe. We'll put it right there and just run it like this. No need to waste a whole bunch of other pipes on this. And then, let's see, we'll go like this, and like this, and here we go. Second line of energy production. If those really don't pollute, then I don't feel as bad about this, but those boilers do pollute, and I'm waiting because setting up solar panels tends to be a little bit of a nightmare if you don't have it set up to be automated, and I'm just trying to make it so that I'm on red-green research only and steam power until we have logistics robots, because I mean, it's basically just a freaking mess trying to get all of the belts ready to go for everything else, especially since it's stuff that's relatively infrequent in need. So what do we need? What do we need? We need stuff for steam engines. We are going to set up we're just going to set up all 10 steam engines, and that'll cover us for a while. So let's go ahead and that's 5. And then we need another 10, or another 5 for 10. 3, 4, any second now. 5, 6, 7. Whoops. Okay, no, we didn't actually make those though, so that's fine. Alright, by the time we get up here, we should start making a whole bunch of steam engines. I did use up whatever was left of my pipe that hadn't been utilized up to that point. Still frustrating. And it's getting harder to walk around here, but that's totally fine. Advanced Electronics 2. What is next? Okay, we can just do straight up robotics. Cool. I was hoping I was going to be making production lines for some of these by the time they were done researching, but things have popped up, as they tend to do. We will just do 5 and keep these others in reserve. No, you know what? I'm going to stick to it. This will just continue to sort of distribute the need for fuel as well, so there's no reason not to just throw them all up at the same time. it's not like they're going to pollute more. They're only going to pollute in proportion to how much energy they're actually using. So, which is nice. Let's see. And one pipe. There we go. We have one pipe. Stick you there. Cool. And yes. Power line it all up. I do have better telephone poles that I could be making, but we'll hold off on that right now for whenever I'm ready to do a full retrofit of my current power reserves. Plus, it also requires quite a bit of steel, and I want to make sure I also have regular steel production. Okay, so now all we need are inserters. Let's go ahead and just get some of these started so that we are no longer having brownouts in parts of our factory, which is real inconvenient. And like this. Okay, cool. So that's going to generate some extra power for us. Let's see how that looks. Oh yeah, that's hot. So double our production. Even though a lot of that production was based on parts of the factory functioning that are not currently in use now. It looks like probably some of our production stopped that was sucking up a lot of that energy. Either way, this is why I don't have like a million radar sitting around too, because they eat up so much of your energy. And you know, they're useful, don't get me wrong, they're just not that useful in the long run. Whenever this is not like a super fast, you have to explore everything immediately kind of game. It's you budge out a little bit, you put you automate some of your exploration so that if you start running out of resources in a particular area, which can take hours, then you know where to go and you can start doing that. No big deal. Now let's see. We still need 4 more. That's totally fine. And we got it. So there we go. Now our power is completely on par with where we want it. So available performance, everything is performing maximally. Our water levels and heat levels are just fine. And we are maintaining the currently accepted ratio of ideal steam engine performance. So there we go. Not a bad gig. However, pollution, it is a concern. It looks like it's not going to push out to anywhere meaningful for a while. We've got a couple blocks to go before this becomes an issue. But yeah, we'll get to that whenever we get to that. Hopefully until then we won't have to worry too much and we can at least start getting all of this finalized so that we can actually start doing solar power and all that other fun stuff, and then that will help in the long run quite a bit. So oil production. First things first. Yeah, we've got 8 more minutes left in this video, so that'll be enough to kind of explain what's going on here. We're going to need 2 oil refineries. 2 oil refineries, I find, is the ideal situation for full production, even though we might not be using them both immediately. Again, I like to be prepared for the future. This is based on a factory I had built that was quite stressed from some of the burdens I put upon it. So I should have just grabbed circuit boards. I didn't think about that. So either way, that'll allow us to go ahead and set this up right here. Crude oil is only used by oil refineries at this point that I know of, and I don't think you can turn it into solid fuel. Let me see. So solid fuel basically takes the place of coal in the long run. So you make solid fuel, you could use that on your coal lines for your boilers or your car or whatever, since that is a coal burning car and a coal burning train. The coal burning train is a little traditional. That's kind of, yeah, okay, yeah, trains burn coal, sure. Coal burning car, a little fancy, a little Back to the Future-y. Let's see, and we're waiting for the other one to set up, and then we'll start making chemical plants. We're probably gonna make a handful of those to play with and mess around with, because they'll become pretty essential. But we'll also need a lot of storage tanks as well. So now the number of storage tanks is the question. It's how many storage tanks am I going to be abusing over time with all of these things? I think 6 is a pretty even number. I haven't had much of a necessity for more than 6, and realistically, I mean, you want to set up for a lot of fluid handling in production, but you don't use like this catastrophic amount of fluids all the time. It's just good to have it in reserve because of the way that the fluid mechanics do work and the way that these pump jacks kind of degrade over time. Like, let me see, where are we at on these? All right, they're not degrading as fast, but some of these 0.7s are now 0.6s and 0.9s are now 0.8s. And you know, it does decrease over time, and it can be a bit of a pain in the ass to figure out the logistics for moving it around for better production rates. So, that being said, chemical plants. We need chemical plants and we need storage. Let's do storage first. We have enough for one right now. We'll just sit here and vacuum up all of our iron production for a little bit. That's because we need steel and iron. Oh, you know what? I need steel as well, huh? So steel is becoming more and more of a key feature here. Once again, this is all in the name of rushing towards making logistics setups as fast as we humanly can. So let's go ahead and that's 6. So that's 1 fluid. Oh my goodness. Wait. Oh God, there's a sneeze stuck in my nose. It hurts. Oh, this is the worst. You know what I'm talking about. It is bad. Oh, it looks like our iron production is starting to fail on us. That's not good. Okay. Let's see. Is this going to be enough for... Yeah, there's another 6. That's the second fluid that we need. That's heavy oil and light oil. And then we'll need... since we use so much of petroleum gas, we're going to go ahead and set it up for a full 9 on petroleum gas. And that will keep things flowing. Actually, that's not entirely true. We'll do 6 for everything. We'll do 6 for everything, and then we'll go from there as necessary. Alright, so we got rid of this little annex over here on our iron production. So we're going to go ahead and try to... We'll back in this a little bit. Oh, yeah. Let me see. We will... And then over here. Is that right? That's about as good as we're going to get on that. Can I make any more? No, I don't have the materials handy for it. Let's go ahead and actually, you get torn down, and we'll keep it all in the family right here. So, there. That would be a much better use of our resources and belts. There we go. Okay. And there's that. Oh, power. Blam. Alright, cool. And... let's go ahead and move on. That should maintain the same level of productivity we had before that was so good. But I guess we'll see here shortly. And yes, robotics is on its way. We're almost there. So excited. And then after that we can just... We'll probably cut down on research a little bit. Or, you know, not be as offended by ourselves not researching for a little bit. Because we'll just be waiting for logistics robots to roll in, and then we'll be able to start doing blue research and all kinds of things, and just installing the crap out of little individual systems in our factory that are going to make life a lot easier for us and all involved. Let's go this way. We want this to go faster. Faster. This is taking forever. Alright, 5. And then 6. Okay, cool. So that's 18 storage tanks. There we go. Steel is catching up. Good. And yeah, everything's getting forged at about the rate I want it to for right now. So that'll replenish over time while we finish up our infrastructure for fluid handling and processing. Let's see, these guys are still producing optimally. This stuff is filling up. It's going to last us quite a while, that's for sure. So let's see. This can be a little bit of an acrobatics tricks with the pipes involved. So we'll go ahead and set this so we see what our outputs are. So here's your input. They want oil up here, and then it'll output these 3 in these particular pipes. So we just need to make sure whatever we do that the pipes line up with the output that we want there. So let's go back and get some more iron. I should have done this earlier. I didn't even think about the logistics of this part. But so yeah, we'll get back to that. This was a whole lot of gathering resources off of belts, and I realized, so I apologize. And maybe I should have fast forwarded a little bit, but hopefully I kept the commentary lively enough for y'all to maintain interest. That was the idea. A lot of these Factorio videos are just me practicing and being able to talk nonsense until the time runs out, basically. So there we go. You can call a spade. I'm fine with that. And yeah, so I'll get everything I need to actually build a pipe network and try to gather up the resources for a chemical plant and everything else. And next time we'll actually work on for real infrastructure building, and all will be well, and I will have earned your trust and forgiveness. Sort of, probably. I don't know. Either way, until then, I hope you... Well, well, if you like the videos, like, comment, subscribe, etc. And then I will see you next time. Have fun.